Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello everybody, welcome to our Success Thursday. This week we have with us Manuele Piastra. Hey Manuele, welcome back.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
So Manuele, we dive into success, but in a minute. For now, first, I would like to ask, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
I would say something that many people hate, and it sounds like I'm a consultant, but I would say it depends. So it really depends on the phase, where the team is, the mood, what happened in the sprint. But I'll give you a little bit more because it depends. It's really vague. So there is one that I definitely don't like, which is the good and bad. I don't like it. I think it's restrictive. I think that life is not Boolean. I think that is assumed that you already know what good and bad is from the start. And I think that it's a format to just say, to tick the box of, yes, we've done the retro. But I don't think it's really conducive to any deep insight or conversation. So I like to vary because of that. But one thing that I do like is from time to time, and also kind of feeling the mood of the team, I like to run an appreciative retro. So only positives. We only talk about positives. We only talk about how how good the team is and what are our strengths. Like we are an awesome team because we have all these assets, all these tools in our toolbox, and we need to remember that we can use them. We need to remember that we do have strengths. So I do find that retrospective can be a bit, heavy, right? You find yourself every 2 weeks talking about what can be improved. So I like to remind ourselves that, well, yeah, we want to improve, but we're doing a lot of stuff too. So let's sometimes just celebrate.
Absolutely. And celebrating what we are doing well is a very important motivator to keep on doing well, right? If we constantly focus on the negatives, we will get focus on the negatives. But if we focus on the positives, we get more of the positives. It's a little mantra that I very often use to remind myself how important it is to do the appreciations. If you think about positive things, you get more positive things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And of course, all of this we do because we want to help teams succeed. And ultimately, we want to be successful in our own work as Scrum Masters. So, Manuele, share with us, in your mind, what's the definition of success for yourself as a Scrum Master?
So they say that the job of a Scrum Master is making themselves redundant. Some people say that. So I'm not entirely. I don't entirely agree with this. Scrum Master and Agile coaches. I've never seen, for example, a football team saying, we won, so the coach can go away. The coach stays because the trick is you don't want to be dependent on them, but you can still rely on their expertise and still use them to be as best as you can. So I don't agree with that statement, but I do agree with the fact that the team should mature, right? So how do you know if the team is maturing? Well, I think it can go a little bit back to yesterday to that maturity tracker, which is, there's many versions. You can create your own as a Scrum Master, or you can use the one that I've developed for free. It's open, it's there. I'm happy to share it, but yeah, the thing is, this question really should come up early, as in, how do we measure success, right? For me, if I talk about what I should see, right? If I join a team like an invisible guest, as they say, a fly on the wall, I should see that the Scrum Master can't attend a stand up, and the stand up still happens, and someone takes the lead and helps the other to go through the board, or maybe there's not even someone that is needed to help the others. It just happens. People talk about what they need to talk. So there isn't a dependency on the Scrum Master. There is still possibly, okay, as a team, we're struggling with this and we'd like your help on this specific topic. So how do you measure this? Any sort of a pre-agreed tool or framework to measure this would do. Experiment, come up with one, try it, see if it's conducive to improvement. But what I would say is make sure that the definition of success as a Scrum Master is not just in your head. Make sure that it's agreed with everyone in the team, because you will need, for measurement, you will need their support. They will need to be on board. They will need to feel that, okay, if we're taking this time to get the data, we need to see that it's valuable.
And also because the reflection that we hope will come from looking at that data is not going to happen if they don't see why that data is valuable, right?
Yeah. So on this, we might also kind of touch a little bit back upon what we were saying, I think Tuesday.
On Tuesday,
around around the psychologically the psychological need of feeling appreciated, right? What if they depend less on me? What if they get what if I become redundant because
what if they don't need me, right?
What if they don't need me because I've done such a great job? And that's a question that it did pop up in my mind many times. And I answered to the question, that's okay. That's okay. There will be other opportunities for you to help. And actually, it will be another type of help on different challenges, on different teams. And that's okay. It's also part of your growth. Because, sometimes when you don't want to be as a Scrum Master, and maybe here I'm possibly talking to a bit more, younger people, right? They are starting the career. You don't want to be at a certain point in a situation where you say, I have 10 years experience in Scrum, but actually it is 1 year repeated 10 times, right? So you want to help on different challenges and different teams, and when they come less reliant on you, that opens the door for you to step out of the comfort zone and learn something new. So make sure that the 10 years experience is not 1 year repeated 10 times.
Repeated 10 times, absolutely. And also one of the tips that I would like to leave for our Scrum Masters is that if we need to feel appreciated, there are many other ways to get that feeling of appreciation. For example, by interacting with your peers, sharing what you've learned, understanding from them that the knowledge that you've collected and the experiences that you've collected are actually valuable. Now, of course, we want over time to be confident that we're doing a good job on our own without the need for validation. But in any learning journey, we will need external validation at some point. And that's okay as long as we are not fully dependent on that validation constantly being there.
Absolutely. And this is a great point. And actually, thinking about my past, right? I remember myself saying, oh, I don't have time. I don't have time enough to engage with the community or to be in the Scrum Master Guild or whatever, because I have 5 teams and I need to be in all the meetings and I need to do the meetings notes for everyone and stuff. And that's where the advice is stop and ask yourself, do I really need to be in 5 teams? Is that even feasible? Because if as a Scrum Master, I am so busy that I don't have time to think and learn and share experiences outside of what I'm doing in the company, but having a broader view in the community, there's something wrong there. We are basically not doing what we preach the team to do, right? You should have time for your retro, even if you're very busy, as much as we should have the time to talk with a colleague in another company to share experiences.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you for sharing that, Manuele.
You're welcome.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.